That is a score of 90 for Jesse Foote. Sounds like I'm back in the building. Hello, guys. Can you guys hear me over there? Oh, I've missed you guys so much. It's so nice to be back. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a power outage. And it looks like it's been fixed now. And it looks like we're good. I missed you guys. How you guys doing? You guys good? See anything cool yet? No?
Seems like you guys might have been taking a nap on that break.
Yeah. I mean, we were too, but, you know, no stress. No stress. It's all good. Yo, how about that run from Jesse Foote, though, hey? Oh, my goodness. But here we go. This is Mr. Matt Rusiecki coming in now. Firing it into the courts. Nice and aggressive here for Matt Rusiecki. Look at that. All the way up on the wall. Starts to drop down just a little bit early. Gives it a clutch kick. A little bit of left foot brake to hit that touch and go. As we transition, filling out that second outer zone now. Adante, Mr. Rusiecki. Very, very good. Past the inside clip. Now hitting that second touch and go all the way to that last outer zone. Matt Rusiecki laying claims to P1. Possibly.
Matt Rusiecki is not going to go out without a fight. He is coming in full lock, straight through. Nice initiation, high up on the bank. Full commitment through the center. Let's tune in on the replay.
Like to say a word to the dads out there. Spec-Dad, we appreciate all the dads all around the world. Couldn't do it without you dads. So, word to you daddies. That's right. That's right. '87 for Matt Rusiecki. 87. Oh. A little bit shocked by that, I gotta say. Yeah, no, I thought that would have been a little bit higher.
You know, I was going to say the same, but he did squeeze out one extra point over his initial qualifying run. So there was a little bit more gas in the tank there.
There we go. So Jesse Foote sitting unofficially P1 right now. With a score of 9-0. He's the man to beat. Always tied, actually, with Dakota Janzen. So, look at that. Oh, that's right. I guess so. Look at that. All the notes. Man, I should just ask for my notes. Nice little bit of sunshine here, making everything pop. Look at that. That looks really nice there. Here we go. Angus Juhasz up for his second qualifying run as we come flying out of the gate. Mid to high line here for Angus Juhasz, trying to get back out onto that ideal line. Halfway through that touch and go, now hunting down that second outer zone. Really good job for Angus as we come across that first and only inner clip to hit that second touch and go. Angus Juhasz firing it off deep into the zone. Affects his line just a little bit going in that deep, but not too bad for Angus Juhasz for run number 2.
Definitely looks like that's going to be an improvement against his first qualifying run. Angus coming in fast through the bank and snapping to angle. Maybe a little bit lower on his line than he would like to be, but he sorts that out as he comes through the touch and go and fills outer zone 2. Angus pouring it on as he comes through the transition, nice and snappy, and then floats it out to that touch and go and all the way through the final outer zone. Definitely what we like to see, a little bit of improvement from that first qualifying run, and it looks like the judges may have their scores in.
66 for Angus Juhasz. 66 does increase his score of a 65. So 66 for car 77.
Squeezing out that one more point, hey? I mean, it's better in his pocket than not.
There it is. So, man, with a lot of work to do here, Sean Corscadden minus half his BRZ. Let's see what he's got for his second run here. Not too sure, again, what happened in that first run, but definitely hungry for more. Here we go. Sean Corscadden ripping out of the gate. No holds bar here. Firing it in like Sean Corscadden could. Up on the wall. No fear, no hesitation as we go deep into that first touch and go. Wow. Look at Sean Corscadden right now. You can hear it in the way that he's applying the throttle. This man is all killer, no filler, as Sean Corscadden finishes out the run. Agassiz Raceway, make some noise for Sean Corscadden. Woo!
Sean Corscadden coming out like he's got something to prove. He says, hold up, wait a second, just erase that first qualifying run from your mind because I'm going to lay it all out here and show you guys what I came to do. Nice and deep in these zones, all the way through, snappy transitions, lots of smoke, laying it out on the line and showing everyone that he's hungry. He's not giving in. Sean Corscadden putting it together, coming in with a 90 on that qualifying run. Huge improvement over that first run. Great job. Give it up for Sean Corscadden.
Interesting to note there, three-way tie for first place right now. So let's see if we can get a tiebreaker. Mark Tassone is your driver on the line next. Sounds like we are ready to rock and roll once again. So here we go for Mr. Tassone. Let's see what he can do. Nice and high entry there for Mark Tassone. Leaves it up on that bank wall. Big degree of angle coming in way off that first touch and go, though. Just angle it up a little bit too much. Corrects in time for that second outer zone. Almost launches off the shadow pole, but keeps it nice and clean. Hitting that first, second touch and go. Now in that last outer zone, Marco Tassone. Bravissimo. Bravissimo. Very nice run for Marco. So we look back to the replay here. Nice snappy initiation for Marco. Look at that nice arc around that first outer zone. Fills it really nice here. Just angles up the car a little bit too much as we go to that first touch and go, but gets it right back into the pocket as we fill in that second outer zone. As we come across the track, nailing that first inside clip. Look at this. Ooh, big bobble towards the second outer zone there. But as we fill out that last outer zone, he was on point. A little bit of a mixed bag there for Marco Tassone, but I think it'll be a scoreable run. And I think you should be pretty happy with the score. He does receive an 84 for run number 2 for Marco Tassone. 84. All right. Agassiz Raceway, Shelby Moreau needs your help right now. Make some noise. Let's see if we can't cheer him back into this one. Sitting on a score of 32. Needs to find some improvement here. So let's see what the Dark Lotus driver can do as we fire into the bank for Shelby Moreau. Once again, still low, trying to work it up high. Shelby Moreau, just man, like herding cats out there right now. It's not really what he's looking for. He's still making it work, pushing it through it. But you can definitely tell by the attitude and sound of the vehicle, it is not working with him. Regardless to say, Shelby Moreau drags it across the line. He will receive a score for that one, but not what we're hoping for the Chilliwack Fountain Tire driver.
Yeah, Shelby Moreau sounding still like he's struggling down on power, just not able to make it up high on that bank there, but going for trying to nail the line instead. Shelby, an incredible veteran driver here, so clearly having some struggles with his car and doing his best to put it together and get a score on the board. And Shelby coming in with a 42. Not as high as we would like to see, but definitely an improvement on that first run.
All right, Gaston is your next driver online. The Hard Knock Stunts SCG Performance Stunts Canada Pro 1 Safety S13. Sitting on a score of 71 for run 1 for Gaston. Let's see if he can find a little bit more here. As we fire into the first turn. Gaston, huge degree of angle and speed here. So we check it up perfectly for that first touch and go. Gaston looking awesome out there. Hunting down that first inner clip as we transition to that touch and go. Much cleaner through it this time. Nice job too on the ladder side of the course. Gaston Morrison looking pretty sharp with that one.
Give it up for Gaston, making easy work of this layout. Looks as just like he's a butterfly floating through the whole track here. He brings it through the touch and go. Nice snappy transition there and fills that outer zone. Floats through the center of the track.
.77 for Gaston Morrison, car number 109 with a score of 77. Does increase over his qualifying 1 score. So next up on the line, this is Spencer Bolte, sitting on a score of 70. Let's see what he can do here. As we come firing in to the banked turn 1, filling all of that outer zone here is Spencer. Awesome job so far as we leave that first touch and go. Now filling that second outer zone. Very nice for Spencer Bolte. Coming across the wall for that second touch and go. A little bit of left foot brake there, just dropping him. Little left foot brake just drops him out of that second outer zone. Up until that point was looking very clean here for Spencer.
One of my favorite things about this driver is you can just feel the thunder of that car in your chest as he comes past the judges' tower, and I'm sure our fans in the stands can also feel it as he comes through the outside zone there right in front of the stands. Great job by Spencer. A little bit of a wobble there, and then as he comes through the center of the track, gets that touch and go inner clip, and then out into the outer zone. A little bit shallower than we'd like to see, but definitely trying to put something together, and he gets a score of 74. 74 for Spencer Bolte on his qualifying 2 run.
All right, next driver on the line. This is Tyler Mayer, the Tire Streets TMR. Fuel suspension 240SX. Longtime Spec-D competitor. Really sharp looking car. Nice debut and a nice sharp looking driving suit too. Matches the car really well. And let's see what Mr. Tyler has for us on this one. Sitting on a score of 82. Would like to break that tie. Nice snappy initiation there for Tyler Mayer, jumping back on the power. Nice and early. Look at how high he is across that first outer zone. Now coming in for that first touch and go. Hits it, quits it perfectly. A little bit of a late transition to fill that second outer zone for Tyler here. Eyeing up that first inside clip nice and tight to it as he comes hunting for that second touch and go. Perfect job so far for Tyler Mayer, and across the line. Woo! Jay-Z screaming away under the hood there for Tyler Mayer. That looked like he had fun.
That's what it's about, right? Tyler is on the hunt for first, but it looks like he's having fun, and that's the way to put it together.
Amazing job there for placement. Looks like he was hitting all the boxes, putting the car in exactly the right place. Got to say, our judges would be pretty impressed with this one. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with it.
How could you not be impressed with
Yeah,
that?
no, it's pretty hard to watch that and be like,
You have
oh,
to
no,
be
that's
asleep.
not that impressive. Score of 86, so does increase on his first score of an 82. 86 for car 133. Next up online, this is Dakota Janzen. Definitely stole our breath with that first qualifying run, sitting on a score of a 90 right now. I think because he was the first person to score the 90, he's technically P1, but I'm pretty rusty on the rule book. I could be wrong. But maybe he could just race all that down and score a 92 or higher here. I guess a 91 too, but, you know, it's all good. It's all good.
An extra one for good measure.
That's right. That's right. So Style confirms the score of qualifying. Just overheard that. So here we go. Dakota Janzen. Pierogies to the floor. Let's see what we get. Firing in to that first outside zone. Nice and high on the wall for Dakota Janzen thus far. E46 rearing into that first touch and go. A little bit of a transfer there. Nice and snappy, actually, as we fill in that second outer zone here. Pedaling the pierogies all the way through that second outer zone. Dakota Janzen across the line. Agassiz Raceway. Woo! Woo!
Dakota's leaving us a little speechless up here. He's got his hand out the window, just cheering away. I think he felt pretty good about that one, and it sounds like the crowd agreed. If you eat your pierogies, kids, this is what it's going to look like for you.
There you go.
I want to be a race car driver when I grow up. What should I eat?
Pierogies.
Seems like it.
Mr. Janzen can prove us anything. A score of 89 for his second qualifying run. 89 for Dakota Janzen. But Agassiz, you guys seem to love him. Let's show him some love one more time. Make some noise for Dakota Janzen. And go check out some pierogies after the break. The Helmy's pierogi truck.
If you can't tell, we're kind of a fan up here.
They were pretty good. Left an impression.
I do want a second batch.
You know, if the pierogies didn't, the driving did. Here we go, Opier Braun in the 881 E46. Nice snappy initiation for Opier. Much better than his first run here. Jumping on that left foot brake just to correct the rotation of the car here. Goes hunting for that first touch and go. Nails it this time. Opier, whoa, super shallow. That second outside zone. Now as he comes across the track, hitting that first inside clip. Tight to the wall is Opier Braun. Hopefully cleans it up here and much better on that last outer zone. Opier Braun, a much better job there on his second run. It's a little bit of a cleaner run overall here for Mr. Opier. And he does receive a better score, 62 for Opier Braun. 62 for car number 150. Next up on the line, Drift Easy Tire Spot Leduc, Brett Alexander. Looking flossy in the white E36 here. Don't like my BMWs too much, but I'd have to give it to the E36 over the 46, I guess. If I had to choose.
So earlier today we saw Brett get a little bit cozy with the wall up there. How do you think that's playing into his qualifying runs today, Tony?
So I did spot it on the first run. I was wondering if he was taking a little bit easier just to, kind of sight that first one in. First run obviously sensed the impact, so maybe just checking to make sure the car's going to do what he wants it to. He's been really heating it up in practice up until, if you disregard that last run, he was looking pretty good. So expecting great things here from Brett Alexander. I know he wants to put some more points up on the board, so let's see what we get out of this one as he comes out of the gate. Brett Alexander firing it in now into that first outer zone. Much higher this time. Not flirting with disaster. There's Brett Alexander, but he is not afraid as he eyes up that first touch and goes, hits it, quits it, transitions into that second outer zone. Much better here for Brett Alexander. As we come across that first inside clip going into that second touch and go, Brett is looking on point. Full pull for Mr. Alexander there in his second qualifying effort. And I think we can both agree, much better this time around.
Much better. I think that's definitely the run that he was hunting for. Pulling it together. The bump at the beginning of that run just really rocks those smaller cars, but he holds on. He fills that outer zone, comes down through the touch and go and into that second outer zone, nails the inner clip, and then right through the second touch and go and all the way through, fills that final outer zone. Beautiful work by Brett Alexander.
And his efforts are rewarded with a score of 74, a little bit of improvement over his first run, but nothing too shabby there. Good work to the 881 crew getting Brett back out on track and doing pretty well with the efforts. Next driver online, this is car number 382, Carlton McDonald. The Nitrous Outlet Zestino Tires Canada Ford Mustang. Coming to us from the Seattle area. Give him a nice what's up, if you see him in the pits. They love it. They love it. With their industrial hand truck carts. So shout out to Mr. Jace. Still use hand truck in my daily life, Jace. So you had a lasting impact on me, buddy. Here we go. But it's all about Carlton McDonald right now as we come out on track. Woo! Right up and tight to the wall is Carlton McDonald to start this one off. A barn burner, as they would say. Perfect on that touch and go. Ooh, a little bit slow here. A little bit of a hiccup in the momentum of the car coming in that first outer zone, but now looks like it's back on point. And across the line strongly there. You know, started off awesome. I think he had a little bit of a hiccup as he comes off the bank. Really nice entry into the bank, nice and early, basically taking out those initiation cones with him. But I think the problems for Carlton starts here. It hits that first touch and go, and then right here, the car really slows to a crawl as it transitions, and it looks like he drops the angle, has to give it a big boot of clutch just to get it back through that rest of that outer zone. Looks like the rest of the run was okay, but definitely losing a little bit of points there for the bit of an issue there in that first sector. 82 for Carlton McDonald. Score of 82 does increase on his first run. So not bad. Next up, we got Jamie Tedesco, your E-Factory Living Legends E46. Oh, now I'm getting my BMWs wrong. Oh, no. That's okay. So let's see what Jamie has for us. Ripping it into the course past those three standing cones. Nice and high on the wall for Jamie. Really nice and following that arc, keeping that angle nice and consistent. We are absolutely on a heater for Jamie Tedesco right now. Doing a great job navigating this course, leaving a little bit of room past that inside clip. Now filling that second touch and go as we wrap around for that final outside zone. Jamie Tedesco. Surprise candidate for P1 possibly?
This is the Jamie that we know and love here. Really sets it up perfectly into that first outer zone. Really high, deep up in that zone, all the way up, kissing the wall. As he comes through that touch and go, sets the car up perfectly and transitions into that second outer zone. Just absolutely fills the zone. Nice smooth transition through the center and into that inner clip. Right through that second touch and go, and then filling again that entire final outer zone. I think that Jamie might have had some pierogies for lunch.
That might be the secret to success here at Agassiz Raceway. 85 for Jamie Tedesco, 85 on run 2 for car 395. Awesome job there for Jamie. I think he'd be pretty stoked with that one.
And just a reminder to our fans as we come through our last final runs here, don't forget to head to the Spec-D tent and grab your merch after this qualifying series.
I would like to make a quick housekeeping note as well. Make sure driver spotters, crews, make sure you guys got your wristbands on. We're looking for those wristbands in the pits, and we're not seeing as many as we need to be. So if you're missing yours, please check in. So here we go. This is Alex Lindsay aka Turbo, firing it away. Nice and high on the bank to start. Alex Lindsay, no swaying on that top bank as we go to fill that. Oh, no! So the commentator's curse, a little bit delayed, but at least he got that first run. There's the start of something good there, but unfortunately just angles it too far up as we come to the infield. The notorious GAB is on the line next. Had a pretty exciting first run there, sitting at an 87. Maybe he can break the tiebreaker here. Let's see what Mr. Gabriel has in store for us. Here we go, off the line for Gabriel. Nice snappy initiation for Gabriel. Not afraid to steer this car with the throttle. Not as flying as a start to his second qualifying run as his first. But with only 2 days experience in the car, Gabriel looking absolutely on form. Going to finish off this one. I feel he's going to leave a little bit of points left on the board, but maybe just treating this second run as a practice run. As we look to the replay, very nice initiation there for Gabriel. As we come off the first of the bank, though, this is where it starts to kind of fall apart for him. It's that first touch and go, nice and deep to that second outer zone. But I feel like right here, as we come across that first inside clip, nice degree of angle. I guess it's okay to that second touch and go, too. Maybe I'm just getting blind in my old age. That actually looks like pretty good all the way around. 71 for Gabriel. That is 71. So here we go. Final qualifier on the line. This is Paul Gracie. Let's see what Paulie G's got it. See if he can make it happen. Currently sitting on a score of 68. I know Paulie G can do a little bit better than that, so let's see how he goes. 65. Oh, it's just my own notes. Okay. Sorry, I just added a few points there to Paulie G, but that was incorrect. 65 for Paul G. So let's see what he's got here. Firing it in, looking for that wall. Paul Gracie. Really nice and committed this time around. You hear that nice consistent throttle note. A little bit off that first touch and go. Now transitioning for that second outer zone. Not doing too bad here for Paul Gracie. He's going to wrap it out here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is qualifying for round 2 of the Spec-D Drift Series Mountain Mayhem here at Agassiz Raceway.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast. Nicole, how are you doing? You've survived your first Spec-D qualifying now. Any thoughts of Paul Gracie on his replay here?
Oh, Paul is honestly such an entertaining driver. Love his car. Love the way love the way it looks.
Nice. So Paul Gracie receives a score of 69 for qualifying run number 2. Everybody's going to be adult about that. We're all just going to leave that there. That wraps up qualifying. We'll be back out on track with your top 16 battles here at 3 o'clock local time. So still some time to go home, grab a snack. We got about an hour until we're back with our battle stream. So thank you for joining us here for qualifying ahead of round 2 of the Spec-D Drift Series. Make sure to visit the pits, visit the pierogies, visit the concession stand, get them eats, and then come back to your seats, because we are going to be all the way until we find a winner here. And of course, come join us for the autograph session as well. You ever wanted to meet a drift driver? I sure don't, but you might. You can get yourself an autograph on our cool round 2 poster that's going to be released to you guys as soon as you come into the pits. So thanks for tagging along, Nicole. We will be back with more battles here in the latter half of the afternoon, back out on track for 3 o'clock for the top 16. We'll see you guys then.
Hey, this is Jared Deanda, the voice of Formula Drift, and we'd like to present to you the official Canadian Licensing Partner Series, Spec-D and BCDA Drift Series.
JB's was built in Alberta, the province with oil in its veins and horsepower in its heart. Founded more than 50 years ago by Jim Bell. Jim created JB's with an undying passion for making vehicles look and perform better. To this day, we still strive to provide the best range of aftermarket parts, including complete engine assemblies, performance parts, truck accessories, car audio, and remote starters. With a huge selection and a full team of enthusiasts, JB's Power Center has been an obvious choice for decades. JB's Power Center, parts for enthusiasts by enthusiasts.
Your words moving, turning physical. Your rhetoric is cheap and very typical. Was hoping that the capping was a minimal.